So yeah, the first card you have, your pause, the Knight of Pentacles. So with the Knight of Pentacles, obviously it's a very slow card. So there's a little bit of frustration I'm getting here. I'm seeing two main people, and I think these are two main people I'm getting in this reading. Obviously it's about you, or for you I should say, but there are two main people here. I'm not seeing a third party. That's not what I'm seeing at all. You're not seeing two people at once. But there's someone from your past here. There's someone from your past, and there's someone from now that I'm seeing at the same time. So I think it might be that you're talking to someone, you're with someone, or something like that, or you're just, starting with someone, maybe, I don't know. It feels a little bit like that. Maybe you've been with them for a while, I don't know, but it just feels like that. Because I'm getting this person from your past as well, who's still kind of around you. And it feels like they're kind of on the fringes of your life. They're kind of skirting around the edges, if that makes sense. It's kind of like you're in the middle of a running track, and they're kind of running around the edge. That's kind of how it feels to me. And I don't know why they're like that, because they don't want to, it's like they don't want you fully and everything that comes with you. But they also don't want to let you go. So they're hanging around. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I think, yeah, I'm just looking at the Justice card because my eye's going down there. And what I'm seeing in that is obviously unfairness. So the Justice card's about fairness. Something happened between you that you felt was unfair. And I think in the end you were like, no, I can't tolerate this anymore. You're expecting me to put up with something and I can't do that, so I'm leaving. And you got out of that, but they're still around. I don't know why that is. So I think you gave a lot to them, actually. I think you really gave a lot. And I think you wanted to work for this when you were with them. You really wanted to work for this and you pushed. When you want something, whether it's work, a relationship, whatever it is, if you feel as if, it's going somewhere, if you really want something, you push and you push and you push and you work for it and you work for it, just like this horse. It's a workhorse. So you pushed, and then I'm getting pushback coming from them. So you pushed and they gave you pushback. That's what I'm getting. And I think what happened was there was something you felt was unfair. And you were saying, no, I want to push for this. I want this to work. I want this to work. But I want you to just change this one thing. It's unfair. And they were very, very stubborn, and they said, no, I'm not going to change that. Or maybe they didn't say that. Maybe they just said, oh, maybe yes, whatever, maybe I'll change. And it didn't happen. So there's that kind of stubbornness inside them. And I think that's worse, actually, if that's what they did, because it's kind of like leading you along. If they just said to you, no, I'm not going to change that, you could say, well, now I can make up my mind and say, I'm going or I'm staying. But if you say to me, oh, yes, okay, I might change that, or mumble, I won't do anything, or I'm just going to lead you along and make you think I'm going to change, and they don't, then that kind of wastes more of your time. So it might be that happened, because there's lots of frustration here. And I think there might have been someone, because I keep on getting these threes. So, threes. And, in the beginning I was saying, oh, it's not a third party. And I was saying that because I was seeing these threes. And that's on the Justice card, because we've got this woman in the middle, and then there's a pillar on each side. So I think maybe they had someone around them that you wanted to say to them, or you said to them, I don't want this person to be around you. Maybe they're horrible to me. It might be an ex that's still around you, someone that makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't like this. Please, can you please get rid of this other presence that's around you? Because it feels very, very unwelcome. It might not have been a third party, it might not be an ex. It might be a family member, or might have been, or it might have been a friend that didn't like you, didn't welcome you. It was some other presence. They wouldn't get rid of that person. I think they still haven't got rid of that person. I don't mean get rid of a person, but really at least take your feelings into account. For example, if they've got this relative that doesn't like you, if they've got a parent that doesn't like you, or an uncle or someone, and they're horrible to you and they're nasty to you, and you say to this person you're with, you say to them, this love connection, this person makes me feel really uncomfortable and really unhappy being around them. Can you at least say something to them. Say, can you not say that? Can you not say that? This is the person I love, and I don't want you to say that. Or they could say, well, if they're going to be there, I won't expect you to be there and have to put up with them. So I'll tell you when they're going to be somewhere, and you can make up your mind and say, well, I won't be there. But I don't think they did any of that. I don't think they did any of that. And it just went on and on and on. This really unwelcome feeling. Very, very stressful. And you were patient. The Knight of Pentacles here. So you're patient, but you can only be patient up to a point, and that's it. That's it. So, and yeah, you can see they're on the fringes of you, and they're looking in, and they're still watching you right now. I can see that because you've got the Page of Swords here, and it's looking right at this Knight of Pentacles. So it's really funny. It looks like they're facing each other. So he's looking in at you, or he or she or whoever this is looking in at you. I'm saying he because it's this page. They're looking in at you, and they're watching you from afar. There might be a little bit of jealousy around you, especially if you're with this new person, or you're seeing someone new, and I am seeing a new person or someone else around you as well. So there might be that. But they're watching you. They're just on the fringes. So I'm seeing that there again. So I just wanted to show you that. And so with this second person, there's another person here, and I'm trying not to confuse them. So there's this axe, putting that away now. Now there's a new person here. So, yeah, this feels a little bit like, the first thing I'm telling you here is it feels good. Very, very positive, very, very nice. There's a bit of cautiousness around you. Part of it is because of what happened with this axe, I think. But I think the other thing is lots of things are happening in your life. You're planning. I'm seeing lots and lots of planning. It's like I'm planning this thing I'm going to be doing. I'm very busy. I haven't got a moment to myself. I've got all this to do. And the other thing is, I think it sounds a bit vain, but I think we're all a bit like this. It's like, oh, this new love's come in. I want to be my best for them. But, we're all in lockdown or whatever we are. No one's having their hair cut. No one's doing anything like that. So we're all a little bit scruffy, not at our best, let's say. And, when you're inside all the time, you're not feeling your best if you're not out, doing things like your normal things. So you're feeling different. And so it feels a little bit like, oh, I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite ready. So there are a lot of different reasons why that might be. And again, in the Knight of Pentacles, taking things slowly. So there's that. If you're feeling cautious because you're worried about them being a little bit like your ex, or you're not sure, because I can understand why you would be if that's how you're feeling. I just want to show you something here. On this Justice card, with this woman here, there's a curtain here. And you might be thinking, oh, what's behind the curtain? What are they really like? I'm seeing the best of them. They're trying to make an impression or whatever. What are they really like? Because I didn't find out what this other person was really like until later on, and then they wasted all my time. So if you look at this curtain, what's behind the curtain is sun, yellow. So positivity, which is what yellow is about. And also the other thing yellow is communication. So they're a communicator, and they're positive. So they're the two things I can say about them. They're a communicator, but I think they're also quite sensitive. So they don't kind of push in. They wait for you to come first. I'm seeing that a little bit in them as well. So that's all positive. So I just wanted to show you that. The other thing I'm getting is, just looking back at the Knight of Pentacles again, it feels like there's something else you'd like to be doing, and I think it's something that's to do with making money, but it's really a thing that's in your heart as well. It's like, oh, I'd love to do this. I'm really dreaming about this, but it's kind of like, oh, I'm dreaming of myself doing this. This is what I'm getting. You're just sitting there and you're looking out the window, whatever, and you're imagining yourself in this new place, in this new job, in this business, or whatever this is, doing this thing, walking around, looking amazing, of course, and you're doing this thing. But then when you start to think about, oh, how do I actually do this? What are the practical implications of this? How do I logistically do this? It just feels so complicated and difficult that then you say, well, I'm not going to think about that. I'm just going to enjoy the fantasy of this. So that's kind of what I'm getting. It might not be you. That's what I'm getting here. I just want to show you this in this card, in the Ace of Pentacles. It's absolutely beautiful. So you've got this big cloud on the left-hand side. And I think that's you when you think about How am I going to do this logistically? You've got a woolly cloud in your head and you can't see past that cloud. You love the fantasy, you love thinking about doing this, but when you think about how I'm going to do this, you've got this woolly kind of cloud in your head. Now what this is showing you is, at this time or at some time very soon, you're going to have lots of ideas coming into your head about how you are going to do this. Lots of things are going to come in. It might be that someone calls you and they say, hey, I know this person who's an expert in XYZ. Or you might hear something, you might see a YouTube thing pop up on your news feed, and you're like, oh, that's exactly what I was thinking about. How did that come up? Okay, if that happens, watch it. If someone talks to you, listen to them. If you hear a song on the radio that gives you a few words, that gives you an idea, that makes you think about something, take notice. It's going to come in some way. Dreams, sometimes it comes in dreams. So that's the woolliness coming from that cloud into the hand that's giving you the ideas. It's like, here I am, I'm handing you these ideas. Take note of these ideas. Then you're going to sort them out, work out how to do this practically, and from that comes the coin. So this is something you're going to make money out of as well. So you can see that sequence going from the cloud to the hand to this gift that's coming to you, and then money is going to come out of that. So absolutely beautiful. So I just wanted to show you how I could see that. So watch out for any information that comes in that's going to help you to do this practically. The other thing, of course, with the Ace of Pentacles is this new love has the potential to be very stable, a stable love. So I'm seeing that there as well. Okay, really good. So the first card you have your present is the Page of Swords. Again, here we are. Here's this axe of whoever this is on the fringes of your life, kind of going around. It's a little bit like, you know, when you see an ant going around the edge of a piece of footpath or something, a bit of concrete, and they kind of go round and around the edges. That's what this is like. So they're watching you. And what I'm getting here is there's a little bit of selfishness here. It's like they wanted everything. They wanted you, and they wanted this other person around them as well. And they weren't going to compromise. And it might be that they're used to getting what they want, actually. Because again, I'm getting this, I'm a bit selfish, I'm a bit spoiled. You know, that's kind of what I'm getting here. Because the thing about pages is, you know, they're teenagers usually. And when you think about teenagers, they think they know everything and they want everything usually. I love teenagers. I'm not saying they're all horrible, but, you know, they're not so sure of themselves. They're not as sure of themselves. They don't know themselves properly. And sometimes they get a bit angry. They think they want what they want and they think they know what they're doing. So I think that's a little bit about what this person's like, because they weren't ready to put you first. They didn't want to compromise on anything. And I think they knew they were being unfair on you, actually. I think they knew that, but they were pressing it down, pushing it down. They didn't want to think about that. No, they knew that. They knew that that's what I'm getting here, and they're kind of thrashing against it, like this page with this sword. It's like, no, I don't want to think about that. I'm not being unfair. I just want what I want. I want what I want. I want this other person around me, and I want, you know, the Taurus person here as well. And they were being unfair, and they knew that. So, you know, I think, you know, even today, even though they want you, I can see they want you. They miss you. They're watching you. There's no other reason why they'd be watching you. They're not watching you for fun. They're watching you because there's a bit of them that misses you. I'm seeing that quite clearly. But, you know, just say if you were to walk up to them right now and you said to them, you know, I want to be with you. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying if you said this to them, I want to be with you. But would you now please either remove this person from your life, or be kind, or stand up for me to this person, or, you know, at least consider me when it comes to that person. Would you do that? You know, they'd probably say yes. They'd probably say, oh, yes, I will. But, you know, they talk the talk, but they don't do anything about it. They probably say, oh, yes, I'll do that. But it'll just go back to the way it was again. They talk, but they don't do. They're very stubborn. They want what they want. That's what I'm getting in this card. And I think with whoever they're going to be with in the future, that's going to be a problem for them, because I'm not seeing this person changing. So I just wanted to show you that, how I could see that. And yeah, there's something else here. There's something, yeah, this is probably this thing that you're planning on doing in the Knight of Pentacles. So there's something you know that you have to do, you're planning on doing, you want to do this. You might have some people telling you not to do this. Because when I'm looking at this Page of Swords, usually if you've got, if you can go forward and do something easily, you've got the wind at your back, and it's pushing you forward, pushing you forward. This page has the wind in his face, so it's pushing you back. So it feels to me like you want to do this thing, it's the right thing for you. It's not easy. It's not easy, and I think you know that. You've got some people pushing you back. Here's this pushback again. But what I'm seeing is that you're doing the right thing. You're determined yourself, and I think you're going to do it anyway. I think you're going to disappoint a few people, but you're going to go ahead and do that. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So yeah, you're going to do this, and I think it's the right thing for you. If you know what this says, if this is resonating with you, I should say. So yeah, the next card you have your present is the Moon. So very, very moody card, really introspective card, worrying a little bit. So yeah, again, with this thing that you're planning on doing, that I'm seeing people are going to be against. You might disappoint some people by doing this. You might lose some people by doing this. They might decide not to talk to you. But I think you're still going to go ahead with this thing. If you're worrying about this now, if you've got any doubts at all, I'm just looking at these two watchtowers, and obviously watchtowers are about looking back over things and seeing the full picture, seeing everything. And I think when you look back on this time, and you're going to do this whether you're worried or not, I'm seeing that. You're going to look back on this time and you're going to say, well, what was I worried about? I'm fine. This is the best thing I could have done. I can see that now, but it's hard to see that when you're in the middle of all the worrying. So I just wanted to show you that. Now, because of this thing that you're planning on doing, you might have to spend a little bit of time apart from this new love connection and from other people as well, because I'm seeing some kind of going away or moving away. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's what I'm seeing. Some kind of little bit of separation, not because you're arguing, not because you want to separate. It's just a practical thing there. That's what I'm seeing. I think there's a little bit of, I'm seeing this here, and I'm seeing a little bit of it in the Ten of Wands as well, but I'm just going to talk about this here with what I'm seeing here. It feels a little bit like, it feels like it's just something that's quite new with this person, and it feels a bit like you're still unsure of them, and they're a bit unsure of you. So what I'm seeing is that you're holding back because you're really busy and you've got all these things on your mind, and you've also got these worries about being in this new relationship. I'm seeing that everywhere. They really, really, really want to be with you, this new person. They really, really like you. They really feel that they can be stable with you. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. They really want this with you. But they're taking their cues from you. So the first thing is they don't want to be that person, that texts you 100 times a day. They don't want to be like that. They'd like to do that, but they're taking their cues from you. So if you're holding back, they're holding back. If you come forward, they'll come forward. I'm seeing that as well. And but really, I think if you're thinking of them, and I think you are, you've got a little bit of worry, a bit of holding back, and obviously it's not the right time. The timing's really crazy. I can see that. But there is love there. I think you do have love there. I think you have an attraction for them. I think you're thinking about them. I think you do wonder about them too when they hold back. And so you've got this dynamic that you both hold back, and then you both come together and you hold back a little bit. It's just a little bit. It's just very, very subtle. And so what I want to say is, if you're worrying about them, if you're thinking about them, if you're thinking, oh, how are they feeling about me? They're thinking the same thing about you. They're thinking the same thing about you. You're really mirroring each other. So they're thinking the same about me, and they're probably even more intense than you imagine. But they're just not showing you that right now because they want to. One thing is they want to respect you. They're picking up on those cues from you of you feeling not quite sure, not quite ready, and they don't want to push you. But really deep down, they really do want to be with you. They want more with you. And I'm seeing that in the Ten of Wands, and I'll just talk about this now. They can see you're busy. That's what's in this card. Excuse me. And, I think the other thing I'm seeing here is, I'm sorry about that, my cough. They're going to work for you. They're going to give back to you. They're going to give back to you. as time goes on, and you'll see this in them. You can't see it now because it's early days, I think, maybe. That's what I'm seeing. But as time goes on, you're going to see that there's someone who's going to give back to you. And you've always been the giver in a relationship. You always have. But this person's going to be someone who gives back to you. And I think I saw this in your last reading. If you're still with this person that's carried on, and it's still early days and you're still wondering, I'm seeing that again here. So if I see it in several readings, it means, it's definitely here. It's definitely what's happening, if that's for you. So, again, they're thinking about you. I'm seeing that here. I'm seeing the reason why they're holding back is because they're putting you first. They know you're busy, all that kind of thing. Again, you can see that in this card. They'd like to move faster than they are. I'm seeing that here again. But what they want, once again, is that they want a stable relationship with you. And they can see themselves walking toward that. And I'll just lift up this card so you can see. So houses in tarot can mean stability, stable relationship, a home with someone. So you can see this man, he's going toward this home. And so they know it's going to be a bit of work. They know it's going to be a bit difficult. They know there's going to be a little bit of, waiting until you're ready, and they have to pull back, and they're a bit worried about that. It's work to get there. They can see that. But they're heading toward this stable home with you, and that's what their goal is. Now, you can't see that that's what they're heading toward right now. That's what I'm seeing in this card, because this man's got all these swords in front of him. Sorry, not swords, wands in front of him. So you can't see that right now. But in time, you're going to see that that's what they want. You're going to see, okay, I'm going to drop all these wands, and then I'm going to be able to see what they're really like, that they do want this stable home. They're nothing like this axe. And now I can see what they're really all about. So again, if you're wondering about them, if you're thinking about them, if you're thinking, oh, are they actually thinking about me? They're not really saying much. They're not texting much. They're not calling much. They're absolutely 100% thinking about you. They absolutely want to be with you. They absolutely want a stable relationship with you. I'm seeing that here. I'm seeing it in the Ace of Pentacles as well. They feel the same as you, if not more. If not more. And the reason why they're holding back, this is what I'm seeing, is because they want to respect you and they're taking cues from you. So it might be that just seeing this now, if you're worrying about them and you want them to come closer to you, if that's where you are right now, I'm not sure exactly where you are. If that's how you're feeling right now, it might be that you have to give them some clue that you're ready, and then they'll come forward. It might be that because they're taking cues from you. So just something to think about that.